we gonna call this the State of the Union. Like, don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? As we were talking sports, we told y'all, you know what I'm saying, that this show was sponsored by Tupac, and we about to get in, cause this is strictly for our niggas. You dig? First off, R.I.P. to Big Floyd. Screwed up click representative. You already know what it is. R.I.P. to Screw. And yeah, let's start there. So fellas, let's talk. It's a lot going on right now, and the blacks is tired. We tired, boss.
I'm tired, boss, and I'm sitting the fuck down. Actually, I'm gonna take a knee. We taking a knee. We ain't gonna sit all the way down. We gonna take a knee like we took in the old days. And it's unfortunate. It's past unfortunate. It's not even. It's past unfortunate. Unfortunate is not even an appropriate word. Actually, it's sickening. It's frustrating. It's sad. It's angering. It's all of those emotions you feel when you feel like you want to choke something, and it's nothing to choke. It's all of those feelings. It's tiring on your mental health. It's mentally draining. It's physically draining, all at the same time. It's unfortunate that Americans don't see us as fellow Americans. They see us as a nuisance to America. And you know, I'm gonna leave it there because I ain't got much positivity. I ain't got much positivity.
This our show, man. Talk your shit.
I'm happy. Like I ain't shying away from nothing. I'm happy as fuck. Like I feel like this is the first time in a long time majority of our people have been on the same page. Even if you're not on the same page, like, because I'm not a protester myself. Like I don't believe in that. Like believe that it will solve a lot of things. I think it's
right.
Ways to do it, but I'm not mad at the people that feel like that's how you get it done. Like I don't care how you respond to it, as long as you responded. And the only problem that I have with people is people that don't understand that people are gonna respond in different ways. Like
right.
Responding, like we all on the same page. Like, hey, something needs to be done. You know, we need to get on code, and it looks like a code is being established, which I really, really appreciate because y'all know I'm big on that.
Absolutely.
You know, that's my main thing. Like once we establish what it is, then everybody can kind of move accordingly.
Right.
But I'm super happy like with what's going on. Obviously I don't want people to get hurt, but at the same time, like that change. I tell Taters all the time. I'm like, yo,
gotta get hurt.
Somebody is bloodshed. Change and bloodshed go hand in hand. Like I've never seen a revolution. I've never seen or read about historically, like when people wanted to make a change this big, it didn't involve bloodshed. I've never seen it, and I would challenge somebody to show me something different. And if you can, I'll look into it. But I haven't seen it. It's just the people that's doing it. That sometimes it's glorified on one side and the other side is not glorified, you know. But I'm with the shits, man. I love it, man. I just love how people getting called out. The question I had was like when people be dropping shit on social media, like for the races and all of that stuff, are people really pulling up? Because I'm not really that hip to like social media. I'm on it, but
that's a good question. It's a lot happening. You drop some info. That's a good question. Are there really people pulling up?
Who are willing to make that sacrifice? And it's unfortunate because people always want to mention like, well, what about the black on black crime? I can explain that whole scenario for you. That can definitely be different from black to police on black. And black on black crime, when you do your crime, you sign up for that crime. You know the expectations for that crime. You know the consequences for that crime. When the police are murdering us in the streets, they going home eating biscuits and gravy, and they going back to work in the morning. Like, you feel me? It's no consequence, and that's the difference. It's not that it's we killing. Yes, and it's black this and black that, because it's crime on, it's neighborhood community crime. So community on community crime. It's not black on black, white on white, Hispanic on Hispanic. It's people on people. And so when you try to justify it as, well, black people shoot people every day. Yeah, black people shoot people every day. But in most cases, in my experience, those black people have signed up for a game that involved guns and shooting. So police didn't sign up for a game that involved guns and shooting. Police signed up for the protection and serving the community game. So when you're taking the serving of the community and they execute your people on live video for the whole world to see, and then they go home and they get administrative leave, and then they go to court and they say, well, they were scared for their life. You signed up for a scared for your life job, my G. Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate that that's the profession you chose, but every day you put your life on the line, and you decided that every day you wanted to put your life on the line. When I get pulled over at a traffic stop, I didn't decide that I wanted to put my life on the line. I decided that I was trying to get home after work because I didn't work 12, 13 hours. And yeah, I mean, I got people I need to provide for. But when the police execute us in the streets unjustly, they don't see it that way. They see us as a piece of meat, and we don't appreciate these certain individuals in my personal space. And that's not a situation we create. They create the hostility, and then they provoke the hostility to a resisting arrest, and where you feel like you got to defend yourself. In the moment you defend yourself, you get executed, because that's all it is, public executions. That's what we've been watching the last 4 or 5 years, public executions. So if you don't see it that way, you call a spade and accept the title that's been given to you by the community, because it's racist and it's inappropriate. And yeah.
I feel you, bro. Like, and it's been going on way longer than 4 years.
Publicly, not publicly, where we've been able to see more.
Technology, we got cell phones.
Right. We've been able to see more in the last 4 or 5 years.
And that's my other point too. Like, I don't even know, and not to just go off on a tangent, but like sometimes, like, why the fuck are you even showing me this? Like, I don't want to see this shit. Like, I'm good on that. Like, I'm already fucking angry.
I can tell you
for my own reasons. Like, I don't need you to make me angry. You know what I'm saying? Like I already want to do something to you without all of that. You know, now this is just an added bonus to the situation, you know? So it's it's heartbreaking, man. But at the same time, like, what we gonna do? Like, we keep pushing, we do our thing, and then we keep it moving. But like I said, I'm gonna say it again. Like, I'm happy for everybody that's involved in doing something right and trying to make a change. And yeah, man, keep that shit going. Like, that shit I love it. I don't give a
expression.
Like, burn all of that shit to the ground. Right. If you don't want to burn it to the ground, figure out your lane in the movement and do that. You know, like, it's no one size fit all. Like, you don't have to be a protester. You don't have to be a poster, a social media person that's posting something every day. Like, you can figure out whatever it is you want to do to support what's going on right now, and you do that part. And people shouldn't chastise other people for, you know, whatever lane that they choose.
I like it. Only thing I want to say about the situation is I totally agree. Definitely hitting the point right on the head as far as, you know, it's definitely is no one way to get to the resolution. And like you said, people need to understand that, you know, when you start, you know, and we talked about this earlier, you start talking about things like emotion and those kind of things. When that stuff comes into play, you know, you're going to have different reactions because, you know, everybody is not going to react the same. You're going to have those people that react out. You're going to have those people that are more thought-provoking and, you know, and want to try to put a plan together. You got those people that, you know, that want to kind of get out and put their hands on stuff. So, you know, people are going to do things differently. But the only thing that I really want to say is, especially like for the people that's, you know, doing a lot of the protesting, and not really just the protesting, more so like the looting and stuff like that, especially with our people. Now, of course, you know, going on, so, you know, with social media, you know, they showing all the people that's doing the looting. It's a lot of white supremacists, burning stuff, and they got a lot of, people showing them throwing bricks and all kinds of stuff. I just want to say to our people, whoever is participating in any of this stuff, please make sure you are not destroying any of our black businesses, because it's a lot of black businesses being destroyed from all of the vandalism and stuff that's going on, and we can't win when that happens. So as we take 2 steps forward, every black business loss is a step back. Case in point, and I'm only mentioning this because I just recently saw it, so it's fresh on my mind. Devin George, we all know who Devin George is. He used to play for the Lakers. I want to say he won 1 or 2 titles with the Lakers as well. But he actually he's a real estate agent in Minneapolis, and he just actually built a lot of new properties, built low-income apartment buildings in the low-income areas of Minneapolis. The target that got burnt down in Minneapolis actually was a new target that he had been part of a team that had been fighting for the last 5 years to get that store to that area, because that area is like an up-and-coming area in Minneapolis. So what he actually did, he lost 1 or 2 buildings. So after he lost those 2 buildings, he ended up putting a picture of himself and Kobe Bryant on the front of the buildings. And since those pictures have been up, he hasn't lost any more buildings, of course, but it took for him to have to, like kind of show himself like, look, this is my stuff, please don't burn it down. But in that same breath, he still took a L. It's still black businesses in some of these places in Dallas and DC and California, that a lot of places where stuff was burning. Minnesota, we just talked about in Minnesota, where everything kind of went down, where everything kind of took off or whatever. So just be mindful, man. When if you're out there in the midst of the trenches, just be mindful that some of those businesses are our people. So when we lose when those businesses go down. So just know that we can't take those steps back. If we're gonna move forward, we need to all move forward. Like Smoke said, we're gonna move on one accord. It needs to be all one. We need to be together. And losing black business in any fashion is taking a step back.
No, that's well said, bro. Yeah, I mean, so I guess the moral of the story is kind of just do your research.
Facts. Do your research on the areas. If you know those areas and it's not our areas, then hey, do your thing. But just be mindful.
I can respect that though. I can. That makes sense to me. Like some people's arguments don't make a lot of sense, but I think that's a reasonable request. Just do your due diligence. But at the same time, like, hey man, do y'all thing. Y'all look good out there, man.
I love it. You can't do nothing. If you black, man, you can't do nothing but love it. I just say that because
not all black people loving it though. Like,
of course, the old saying goes, you can't please everybody.
No, I just like it's not even about the looting, the rioting, the burning. It's just about
the solidarity.
There you go. Like, everybody all on, and we might not be on the same accord about everything. Cause like people want reparations, people want, certain statutory laws passed and things of that nature. Like I think that's all well and good, like, because everybody's at different levels as far as their thinking, as far as their economics. Not everybody's on the same wavelength. But as a people, if we having a conversation, like, and like it's actually things that are happening, like it feels good. Like it's not gonna work out for everybody, and like everybody needs to know that too. Like it ain't gonna. Like whatever it is gonna happen, or whatever this movement is, and however it's gonna end, like not everybody is gonna reap the benefits of it, and that's a part of being on one accord too. That's a part of being on the team. Like sometimes you're not gonna be the quarterback, since this is a sports show. You know, you're not gonna be the quarterback. You might be the offensive lineman. You know what I'm saying? You might
Great way to loop it.
to open up the hole. You like it's not gonna. We all not gonna reap the benefits from whatever this movement turns into. But if it sustains itself, like I think it's gonna be.
We got to be willing to sacrifice. When you're willing to sacrifice, great things happen. You got to have a sense of selflessness. It's not about you. It's about us.
That come from a resident psychologist.
Yeah, man.
Dr. BB out here. You know what I'm saying?
Already know. Man, shout out to them Texas boys too, man. Steve, Jack, Bun B, Trey the Truth. You know, shout out to man, Carl Anthony Towns. You know, he lost his mom to COVID, you know, but he was still out there, you know what I'm saying, with representing. Shout out to Jalen Brown. He drove 15 hours, you know, to go back to Atlanta to walk with the people. You know, I mean, it's a lot of people I could, you know, big up.
The Smith boy, with J. Cole, he was out there in North Carolina. Is it Devin Smith? Basketball, you know, I don't really watch.
I can't think of his name, but I know exactly who you talk about. What he played in Dallas. I think he got traded. I want to say he got traded and he was in New York for a second. I can't think of his name. But I know exactly who you referring. Dennis Smith.
Yeah, Dennis. Yeah, like all of those guys, man. Like everybody. Like I think it's really cool, especially for a lot of those older guys, like because you know, protesting, in my opinion, is a young man's game. Just be running around out there, doing all
physically exhausting. I can't walk 18 blocks. I ain't got it in me. I ain't gonna lie to you. But hey, I love every second of it. I promise you. I'm here.
Hey, BB, I'm about to tell you something real good, bro. You just said you can't walk 18 blocks, bro. You do know you walked 18 blocks 3 years in a row, right? I just want you to know that you definitely can walk 18 blocks because you have walked 18 blocks. I saw you with my own eyes.
Man.
No, you didn't know you just surprised yourself. You didn't even know you didn't know you had it in you.
Hey, them some Jones, but I need an Uber.
All that bullshit, like
that's definitely a different 18 block. I have to give you that. I give you that. That's a way different circumstance. We're not gonna get into the circumstance of the situation. Just know that you walked it, okay?
It matters. Got the blood pressure all up.
Just know that you walked it. We're not gonna get into the circumstance and what would happen and you was walking. Just know that you did it.
That was some younger days, yeah, man.
No, you did it
differently.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about just talk about a little bit about Miss Taylor, man. Rest in peace, Miss Breonna Taylor. So you know the police officers in her situation, they haven't even, you know, been anything. They've been focusing on what happened with George's situation, but you know they came in the Taylor household at 1 o'clock in the morning. And, you know, thinking they was, I guess, on the drug bus. I'm not exactly sure exactly what they was doing, but I guess thought they was drug busting somebody, and a couple people got shot. She got killed. Like, I mean, what's your thoughts? I mean, what do you think should happen to those? Because that's a little different situation. I mean, same outcome, but a little different situation. What's your thoughts?
Because as a card carrier member, if you kick my door down at 1 o'clock in the morning, you're gonna get shot. I don't care who you is, what you doing.
Totally agree.
That's end of discussion. You kick at my door at 1 o'clock in the morning. Not even come all the way in. You kick at my door at 1 a.m. and you're gonna get shot. So police, wrong warrant, announce yourself. You're the police, announce yourself. But at the same time, if I'm not a criminal, I have no criminal history. You have no criminal record of this address. You're gonna get shot. Like, I don't understand where the complication come at, and then you coming in my house wrong and out of line. That's a criminal charge. It's criminal negligence at the least, which is on 15 years minimum, I believe. Yeah, man. manslaughter at least 15 years. Like, it's negligent. It's not knowing your homework. It's not knowing what you're doing. It's being unprepared for a situation where line, and that's just unacceptable for people that's supposed to be an authority figure, which I don't know what part of society deemed them as the authority, where somebody need to tell me what I can and can't do in my life being an American citizen. But you know, they deemed authority figures and not to have all your ducks in a row that result in the loss of life is unacceptable, and it's unacceptable. And people won't be satisfied until those people are convicted and or shot at, like, I mean, and or because something's gonna change. You kick my door at 1, 2 in the morning, and you're gonna get shot at. That's just the end of that discussion. There's no other part of the debate that's needed to be talked about. You're gonna get shot at and accurately hit. So make a decision.
What you got, Smoke?
It was unacceptable, man. Like all of this shit is just unacceptable. It's all the same terms and like emotions. Like it all of it is excessive and unacceptable. Like you didn't need to do that to this young lady and her boyfriend. You didn't need to have your knee on that man's neck. Like none of that was necessary to do your job. Even if you had a right to be there, you know, whatever the case may be, none is the reason why people are upset is not because you're doing your job. It's because the way you're doing your job, the excessive force that you use. And there might be some people that don't like the police. There's a lot of people that don't like the police. Cool. If you don't like the police, you don't like the police. You know? Right, and you're gonna have your on them regardless. The people that's out really like protesting the whole situation, like they're really just upset about the excessive use and the like BB said, the negligence. Like even when you go, if you're a car carrying member, when you go, the first thing they talk about is the protection of others because you have the firearm. You know what I'm saying? They don't talk about the other people. They talk about your responsibility as a firearm holder, right? That's the first thing they teach you, right? Like so you're the one with the firearm. You make sure you don't kill or hurt or harm or injure anybody. So why isn't that the same tactic being used across the country? Which we know why it is. So it is really a rhetorical question. But at the same time, it's like, yo, why you mad that people mad? Like, yeah, actually just keep them in the holster. Just don't kill nobody. Like, how about that? Like, let's start there.
How about not beat on people because you feel a type of way because you ain't getting no pussy at night? Like, yeah, man, don't bring it to work because that's what it is. Like I seen the post, they say racism is small dick energy, and bro, yeah, man,
small.
That's accurate as fuck.
When you get in dick swinging contests and you losing, then you feel like you gotta shoot the next one.
The accuracy, man. I swear the accuracy of that is crazy.
Crazy. Sorry, the craziness.
So man, I mean, you know, we definitely talked you know a lot about what's going on. So I guess at the end of the day, I'll ask this question: Where do you think, or what do you think this will look like in the next, let's say in the next year? I won't even go 3 or 5 years. Let's say in the next year. What do you think this is going to look like? Do we keep this energy, or does it die down again, or what y'all think about this energy that we have? Can we sustain it?
I would say sustainability is key. Sustainability is key. But if we can maintain this same energy and take the appropriate steps to keep our sane people safe, like take the safeguards to arm yourself, take the safeguards to know your laws, know your rights, know your limits, know the boundaries of every situation you're gonna be in. Well, not every situation, but the general boundaries of the situation you're gonna be in, and keep this same energy. We need to be together. We need togetherness. Nobody can get ahead without the next man. No man's better than the next man. No man's bigger than the next man. So we can stay together as a solid unit, like Speedy said. We gotta be on one accord, one code. Stand up for each other. That's the code. Don't let no bullshit go down on your watch. That's the code. Speak up when bullshit happens. Everybody got a voice to speak up. You don't gotta let shit ride. That's not how it's supposed to go. Yeah, man, you gotta take something upside your head, fight back. You don't gotta take a beating. That's what people don't understand. No man got the right to put their hands on you, flat out. I mean, and sometimes, sometimes in most cases, even if you're not fighting back, we're getting our lives lost. So at least give yourself a fighting chance, I would say. They did a couple demonstrations in D.C. and hey, I don't know if they got beat up or caught later, but in the moment, they held their own, and a couple people, need to get their. But that's a different story. But give yourself a fighting chance. We getting shot without fighting back. You might as well fight back. That's all I'm saying. That's all I got for real. Fight back.
Any closing words, Smoke?
Yeah, man, keep going with that shit. Like, don't stop, man. Like, let's keep it up. Like, and then not only that, from a business point of view, like, step that game up too, because now it's opportunities. It's other black people out there looking for grocery stores. They looking for black liquor stores. Whatever it is that you're doing, like, it's the market is opening up because they don't want to spend money with, these corporations that have been supporting whoever it is that you don't particularly like, or whatever the case may be. So the market share is actually opening up for people. So if you do have a business, like, let people know about that shit. Like, it's not gonna hurt anything. Like, we all in this kind of together. Like the market share is gonna be what it's gonna be. Like, people looking to spend money, they don't want to spend money with who they were previously spending money with. Man, market your shit, get your shit out there. Like, show people what you can do, and then take the chances. Like BB said, man, support other people, protect yourself, don't let no bullshit slide. Like, look out for each other, and that's all you can really do. Ain't nobody saying you gotta, have no kumbaya moment with no motherfucker, nothing like that. But just don't let the motherfucker get his brains beat out in the middle of the street. Like, that shit's not cool.
Facts.
Like, don't nobody
It's spot on
to be beat the fuck up in the middle of the street and killed for no apparent reason. Like, just stop that shit. That shit is crazy.
Right.
That shit is crazy. Like, yo, we should have respect for each other to just be like, yo, I'm not gonna let you lose your life like this. Like, I'm at least gonna step in and try to do something.
Something, anything. Stand up.
That shit is crazy. Them niggas just letting people get fucking murdered and beat up. They just pull out their phones. Like,
yeah, that's interesting, right? People don't look to help. They rather record than help.
It's crazy. Like, you just watch somebody get beat the fuck up. Like, that person, or you might have been there for the whole time. You started recording late, but the whole 20, 30, 40 minutes of the whole shit going down, you could have intervened.
Right. Now, them black police as well, son.
Damn near dead to record. Like, that shit is crazy. Like, step in, do something. Like, figure something out.
Nah, the black police as well. You niggas is on the scene. Step up. Y'all there, bro. You in the precinct. Yeah, man, you letting people get smacked around the streets on this blue live shit. Yeah, man, you signed up for this. Niggas ain't signed up to get beat on when we try and go to the corner store, try and go to the supermarket. We ain't signed up for that. We supposed to call you when we need help. We pay taxes so you can get you a salary. And then y'all just let it slide talking about, well, they don't approve of it. Yeah, they don't approve of it because you ain't equal to them. Yeah, I mean, step up and own your equalness. Yeah, I mean, I don't let people play with me. You don't talk to me no certain type of way, because that's just the way it is. I'm willing to deal with my consequences. People need to be willing to deal with this. Flat out.
Yeah. But like I said, on like the direction, man, I think like I said, I'm happy with that shit. Like keep it going. Like keep it going.
BB just dropped the whole biscuit. He ain't even do it on purpose, but he damn sure just dropped some biscuits.
Drop a biscuit, but it's better than what the fuck had been going on. So like I'm cool with all of that. Like
facts.
You need a little bit of service, this rough shit. That shit up. Right, and it's all good. Like at the end of the day, like yo, we all gotta go sometime, right? Like, but what you standing for?
Right. Memorably.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't think it can be said any better, man. So we gonna wrap this State of the Union up, man. Any final words from the round table?
Yeah, I got it.
Matter. That's how we gonna end that. You know, Black Lives Matter.
Hey, lady that got handcuffed. What was she telling the officer when she got handcuffed?
Take this.
Get this dance.
Get this dance.
Get this dance.
Get this.
Is this worth losing your job?
You gonna lose your job. You gonna lose your job.
Get this ass. Real talking sports, people.
Man, hey, you know what? We just going to end on that note. It's been another one from the Real Talk Boys. Yeah. Black Lives Matter. RIP to everybody, man, that's lost their life in the struggle. But you know what? We're going to be black. We're going to be beautiful. And we're going to see y'all again soon. Yeah. Until then, we out. And oh, yeah, we didn't forget. We do got one more message left for Drew Brees from RTNS. A proverbial fuck you. And have a great day.
All right, fuck Drew Brees and your apology. Nobody wear that bullshit.
Fuck it.
Bye-bye.
All right, put that shit on Instagram.